going on, people? This is Speederman here once again with another film review, and this time I'm talking about a horror film called Ryde. Yes, this movie is about Ryde, the ride sharing service. Kind of like Uber, kind of like Lyft, and we could tell that people are running out of fucking ideas because now we're making horror movies about Ryde, Uber, all these ride sharing services. So yeah, so this film, let's talk about a little bit about the plot. This film is about, well, we have this couple and they're having I guess problems in the relationship, but we also focus on this guy who we don't really know anything about him until later on in the film, but the film opens up with this guy and he hooks up with this girl. This girl says, "Oh, let's go back to my place," and they use the ride sharing service, the ride service, and they go back. And then we figure out that this guy is a serial killer, and he uses this ride sharing service for his own, you know, to pretty much just go on a murdering spree and just murder any of the people that get into the car. So yeah, so we have this killer, and it's actually a pretty good idea just to get, for him to kill people and nobody is the wiser. But I have to say that everyone in this movie, I mean, the acting is not good, but even with this bad acting in this movie, the movie still managed to be watchable. And I don't say that a lot about, films nowadays. But yeah, like it's just a horror movie about like the service ride. People getting on the ride, people, what could happen? What could happen if you get into the car of an Uber, Lyft, or Ride, and you never know, who's gonna get in the car, or the killer might be the driver, or it might be the passenger. It kind of makes you think about, using some of these services. That's what I was thinking when I was watching this film. Like, you never know who's gonna be in that car, riding with you and stuff. But yeah, I think this movie could be more like one of those PSAs for like, oh, if you're gonna get into the Uber, Lyft, or Ride, just be very, very careful. For that, this movie could be used pretty well, or just show like a trailer for this movie as a PSA for that. Just I don't know, man. That's what I was thinking though when I was watching this film. The film is predictable, and there's some very violent scenes in this film, man. There's very gory scenes, and the guy, the serial killer, he's pretty violent. Kind of reminds you of like I guess a Ted Bundy type of guy, like the way he kills his victims. So yeah, this movie really relies on the gore and the violence because the script is very terrible. I just don't want to see a lot of movies like this come out now, like about Uber or the Uber killer or the Uber, or the person that's trying to kill the Uber driver, shit like that, man. I just don't want to see a lot of these movies pop out. But this wasn't that bad. And I was looking at IMDb. I was looking at all these bad reviews for this film. And a lot of people were really harsh, giving this film like a 1 out of 10. Like saying it was overrated. I don't think it's overrated or it's underrated, but I think it's watchable. And they try to do something, I guess, new here. But yeah, like it could have been better if they had like better actors, a better budget. But it doesn't look like it's a low budget film, and I like that. At least they didn't make it look like it was a low budget film. But yeah, man, like it's not bad. I mean, it's a movie I would watch for free if you could stream it. I wouldn't buy this film, but I would watch it for free, and that's what I did. So if you're curious about it, go ahead. If you got like 80 some minutes to burn, watch the film, but don't expect nothing great. It's just a movie to pass the time. There's nothing really special here, so I give this film, I'll give it like a 4 out of 10 because it's still watchable, even though it's bad. What you're watching here is terrible, but hey, you really got nothing to lose if you watch it. So as far as buying it or renting it, or you could rent it if you want, but buying it, I would pass on buying this on Blu-ray or DVD. 100 subscribers. Peace.